the family of a man police say was killed by a wrong-way driver.
The crash is getting a lot of attention because the victim was the spouse of a reality TV star.
I just ask respectfully that you guys refrain from posting information.
Sometimes life changes in a single second. One moment, everything's normal. The next, your entire world is turned upside down. That's exactly what happened to reality TV star Masika Kalysha just days ago, when she woke up at 2 a.m. with a feeling she couldn't explain. What she discovered hours later would become the worst news of her life. On October 28, 2025, the entertainment world was hit with devastating news. Jamar Champ, the husband of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood alum Masika Kalysha, died in a tragic car accident. He was only 38 years old. But here's what makes this story even more heartbreaking. This wasn't just a celebrity headline. This was a father, a husband, and a man who had just celebrated his daughter's 3rd birthday weeks earlier. And the way Masika found out, it's something that'll send chills down your spine. Stay with me, because what happened that night on a Houston freeway reveals something we all need to understand about how fragile life really is. Let me paint you a picture of that morning. It's 2 a.m. Most of us are deep in sleep, but Masika wakes up suddenly. No alarm, no notification, just this unexplainable feeling that something's wrong. She later tweeted, "God woke me up at 2 a.m. I couldn't sleep. I didn't know why." Have you ever had that moment when your gut is screaming at you that something's off, but you can't put your finger on it? That's exactly what she experienced. And hours later, her worst nightmare became reality. "Jesus Christ, I just received the worst news of my life. Pray for me and my kids, please," she wrote to her followers. Now let's talk about what went down on that Houston freeway. This is where the story gets even more devastating. Just after midnight on Interstate 10 near Washington Avenue, a silver BMW was traveling in the wrong direction. It slammed head-on into Jamar's Tesla Cybertruck, causing the BMW to burst into flames. Think about that for a second. You're driving home, doing everything right, following all the rules, and then out of nowhere, headlights are coming straight at you from the wrong direction. There's no time to react, no time to swerve. Just pure chaos. The impact was so severe that it sent the Cybertruck crashing into a nearby semi-truck. This wasn't just a fender bender. This was a catastrophic collision involving 3 vehicles. Both drivers, the BMW driver and Jamar, were pronounced dead at the scene. But who was Jamar Champ beyond this tragedy? Because that's what matters, right? He wasn't just another statistic. Jamar played football as a wide receiver at North Dakota State University during the 2005 to 2006 season before settling into a career as an entrepreneur. He was an athlete, a businessman, but most importantly, he was a devoted father. And here's what really gets me. Jamar shared daughter Amari with Masika and served as a bonus father to Masika's oldest daughter, Cardi. Let me read you something he posted on Instagram that shows you exactly who this man was. He wrote, "I don't do for one without doing for the other. Although my stepdaughter has a pops, I still treat them the exact same with unconditional love." That right there, that's a real father, not just biology, but choice, love, commitment. And get this, just days before the accident on October 6th, he posted about Amari's upcoming 3rd birthday, writing, "My baby last day being 2 years old. I thank God for one of the best blessings and decisions of my life. She changed me and made me closer to God Almighty." Reading those words now, knowing what happened just weeks later, it hits different, doesn't it? Now, I need to address something that makes this situation even more complex, because life isn't always neat and tidy, is it? Masika and Jamar were married in 2021, but separated in 2023. She filed for an annulment in 2024, so they were estranged, going through legal proceedings. But here's what's important to understand. Even though their romantic relationship had ended, Jamar remained consistent in being present in both children's lives. That's what so many people don't get about separation and divorce. You can stop being romantic partners, but when kids are involved, you never stop being family. You never stop caring. And when tragedy strikes, all those legal documents don't matter anymore. The pain is still real. The loss is still devastating, because you can't just turn off years of history, shared dreams, and the life you built together. Let me tell you about the video Masika posted after the news broke, and this is where it gets really emotional. Through tears, she asked the public, "I just ask respectfully that you guys refrain from posting information until I do, because word spreads fast to children." Can you imagine? You just found out your ex-husband, the father of your child, is gone. And on top of that grief, you're worried about your kids finding out at school through rumors and social media posts. She continued, "Although my kids are on social media, a lot of their friends are, and a lot of their parents are, and I don't want my kids to find out at school. That's a mother's heart right there. Even in her darkest moment, her first instinct is to protect her children. Here's something that hit me while researching this story. Wrong way driving crashes, they're more common than you think, and they're almost always fatal. One wrong turn, one moment of confusion, one decision to drive impaired, and multiple families are destroyed forever. This isn't just about Masika and Jamar. Every year, thousands of families go through this exact nightmare, and the scariest part? There's often nothing the victim could have done differently. They were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Since the news broke, social media has been flooded with condolences. Fellow reality stars, fans, friends, everyone coming together to support Masika and her daughters. Because at the end of the day, that's what community is about. Showing up when someone's world falls apart, even if it's just a comment, a prayer, or a kind word. Let's bring this home. Jamar Champ, a 38-year-old father and entrepreneur, was killed when his Tesla Cybertruck was struck by a wrong-way driver on a Houston freeway. He leaves behind 2 daughters and a devastated family trying to make sense of a senseless tragedy. But beyond the headlines, this is a story about life's fragility, about how we can lose someone in an instant, about how complicated relationships don't erase love or loss. Here's what I want you to take away from this. Life is unpredictable. The people you love, whether you're with them or not, might not be here tomorrow. So if there's someone you need to call, text them. If there's something you need to say it. Don't wait for the perfect moment. And if you're going through something similar, if you've lost someone unexpectedly, know that it's okay to grieve in your own way. It's okay if your feelings are complicated. Loss doesn't follow a formula. If this story moved you, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon because we cover real stories about real people, not just headlines, but the human side of tragedy and triumph. Drop a comment below sharing your thoughts and prayers for Masika and her daughter during this impossible time.